The Tissot Superpole Race at the 2024 Estoril round gets underway. Immediately swallowed up off the line. Jonathan Rea is picked off by Andrea Locatelli. Locatelli now cutting to the inside of Danilo Petrucci in towards turn one. A little bit out of shape, and Petrucci holds on. Sam Lowe's with a great start to round the outside, moving up into fifth position there as Rea defends fourth place. Behind him, it's Nicolo Bulliger, and then it's Alex Lowe's, who started down in P9. So Alex Lowe's making some progress. Vandermark missing out as Alex Lowe's goes around the outside of Nicolo Bulliger, side by side between the Kawasaki and the Ducati, and now back to the inside for Alex Lowe's, with Bulliger still leaving that door wide open. Up at the front, Razgatlioglu already making the break from Petrucci as Jonathan Rea challenges Andrea Locatelli for the final step on the podium.
Yeah, Bautista all the way down the order as well, 13th position. He lost a couple of spots in this opening lap.
Jonathan Rea trying to recover, lost a place to Andrea Locatelli initially off the line, and is now trying to get back into those podium spots as Alex Lowe's fends off Xavi Vierque. Vierque briefly got through, Lowe's back in front of him. Vierque again will make his move as they drop down the hill in towards turn 7. Razgatlioglu still up at the head of the field.
See once again though for Nicola Bulliger on the number 11 machine down there in P6, still struggling to make that bit of progress.
Petrucci makes his lunge on Razgatlioglu for the race lead, and now Andrea Locatelli trying to go around the outside of him as well. We ride on board with Toprak. Petrucci, who led on lap 1 yesterday, as the Yamahas both come through now on Razgatlioglu, and Jonathan Rea has seen an opportunity to get through into the podium spots, but not necessarily the rider he was trying to fight with on lap number 1.
Yeah, Toprak was leading a couple of corners ago. He's down to P4, and we saw Jonathan just come around the outside of him as well. Brave move from Rea. He's going to try and use the slipstream to attack his teammate Locatelli, but Toprak's coming through as well. 3 abreast in towards turn number 1 as Razgatlioglu recovers from 4th, straight back up into 2nd position. Rea with the opportunity here if he can get down the inside of Andrea Locatelli. Nicolo Bulliger right with them now in 5th position. Sam Lowe's embattled with Xavi Vierque now over that 6th place, and it looks as though Vierque's got through for it as well. Alex Lowe's behind them in 8th, and Michael Vandermark last of the top 9 spots, with Alvaro Bautista still a chance to score for him here. Yeah, you can see here Petrucci down the inside into turn 9. Toprak left the door open for him. It was on the exit of that corner then as well where we got to see the action from the Yamaha riders, and then Toprak able to attack back down in towards turn 1 and use the strengths of that BMW down the start-finish straight.
Petrucci then your leader. As I said, he managed to lead early on in race 1 yesterday as well, but just struggled for grip and ultimately crashed out. Locatelli also crashed out of that race 1, and now they're both up in the podium positions in this Superpole race.
See if Toprak's able to try and set the move up into 9 and return the favour.
Razgatlioglu passed by Danilo Petrucci into turn 9 a lap ago, recovers the position now for top spot. So having dropped to 4th place around this turn a lap ago, Razgatlioglu swiftly recovers to the race lead. And Petrucci looking a little bit vulnerable as well to the Yamahas directly behind him.
Saw this yesterday as well. Petrucci didn't have the pace in the race to be able to go with the race leaders, ended up having a crash, but look at him, so much slower mid-corner than the Yamahas. Bulliger's going to be able to pick off Jonathan Rea though.
Nicolo Bulliger from 5th position will move through on Jonathan Rea and up into 4th. Andrea Locatelli is sticking with Danilo Petrucci for 2nd place as they come in towards turn 1. That closes the door for Bulliger. Locatelli through on Petrucci into the first bend as he was yesterday in race 1.
Yeah, and you could see for Locatelli there as well that he wanted to make sure that he was coming through, because the reason for that is Petrucci's costing them so much time.
And Petrucci's just held up Jonathan Rea, which has allowed Xavi Vierque to slot into 5th position as well on lap number 3. Razgatlioglu breaking away, half a second clear of Andrea Locatelli, who looks as though he's going to swiftly fall prey here to Nicolo Bulliger, but still an opportunity for Locatelli to get up onto the podium after his disappointment with a crash yesterday. Petrucci in 4th. We'll see what Vierque's got to offer from P5. Then it's Jonathan Rea, Alex Lowe's, Alvaro Bautista up into the points, and Sam Lowe's rounding out those positions on the 3rd row of the grid for race 2 this afternoon, as Nicolo Bulliger does make what seemed an inevitable pass on Andrea Locatelli for 2nd position. They come off the final bend at the end of lap 3. Xavi Vierque a little bit wide there, but Jonathan Rea is going to come under pressure from Alvaro Bautista, and Bautista's like a rocket on the Ducati compared to the Yamaha, and Rea slips back now into 7th place, and Bautista almost tripping over Vierque as well in towards turn 1 on lap 4.
Yeah, Rea, again, we can see with the Yamaha just that weakness for the bike. There's nothing you can do whenever you don't have that straight line speed, because through that last corner, he is very fast. We saw it with Locatelli as well, but Rea just defenceless on the run down that back straight at the start-finish straight.
Here's the group then, from 4th position down. Nicolo Bulliga, to his credit, faster than Toprak Razgatlioglu last time around, but only by 0.02 of a second, so half a second is still the gap up at the head of the field. Then it's Andrea Locatelli, 0.4 of a second back. Petrucci's done well to stabilise his pace. He still sits a comfortable 4th. A lot less comfortable for Xavi Vierque, who holds 5th for the moment, but Alvaro Bautista eyeing him up already.
Again, though, another really strong performance from the Honda riders, running up there inside the top 10 once again. And for Xavi Vierque, really important to be able to do this after what we saw from Lecone yesterday on the podium.
Bautista with the run down the hill into turn 7 will make his move at last on Xavi Vierque. Jonathan Rea not quite close enough to capitalise for the moment at least, but in towards turn 9, his favourite corner on this Estoril circuit.
Rea's gone down.
Jonathan Rea scrapping with Xavi Vierque over 7th position and has crashed on lap number 6, which frees up one of the spots in the top 9 and those grid positions for race 2. Bad news for Jonathan Rea.
He's been very combative in this race rather than confident on the bike, and he's just going to have this one now through the right-hander, and he's lucky that he didn't get collected by the Honda there as well, which is probably Iker Lecone coming through for that position. So for Jonathan, slow speed crash.
Meanwhile, up at the front, Bulliga digging in quite nicely. Another new personal best on lap 7. We'll see what his time is like at the end of lap 8. It's a new race lap record. Bautista breezes past Locatelli. We expected that move before the braking zone in towards turn 1. Locatelli, as strong as he has been on the brakes into the first bend, is not quite able to answer back. He almost collects the back of Alvaro Bautista, actually, as they make the apex of the opening bend. So 2 laps to go. Razgatlioglu, Bulliga only 0.4 of a second behind Toprak Razgatlioglu. Bautista 3 seconds back, but now up into the podium places. Bulliga hasn't beaten Razgatlioglu in a straight-up fight since Assen, but he's giving this a really good go. 4 kilometres and only 1/10 of a second between them.
Toprak very clearly only thinking about the race win. He doesn't mind about the championship right now. He wants to make sure he beats Bulliga again.
And looking likely to do so as things stand, but Bulliga has been closing him down, and Razgatlioglu's pace has dropped off to a much greater extent than Bulliga's behind him.
Yeah, Toprak though with a new personal best in Sector 1. It's the fastest we've seen so far in this race. He's got that harder rear tyre, and now on lap 10 he's trying to make sure he's able to assert that authority. For Bulliga, he needs to exit turn 5 here really well. It's not quite close enough to Toprak to be able to try and attack him, so his chances of making a move maybe into turn 9, and you just force the issue.
Toprak back tyre off the ground as he makes his way under braking in towards turn 6. This is not a rider who's playing the percentages game and bringing this championship home. This is a rider still pushing for another race victory on his return from injury. A superb win from him yesterday in dominant fashion. Nicolo Bulliga's given him a really good run for his money here. Will he be close enough to strike in towards turn 9? The answer is no.
Yeah, and for Bulliga then comes down to the last corner and the run to the line. Toprak's been done on that run before by Ducati, but it's a different story with the BMW.
Yes, Razgatlioglu still leads Bulliga. Bautista comfortable now over Andrea Locatelli. Petrucci still with just 1/10 of a second in hand over Alex Lowes. Run to the line then in the race victory quest for Nicolo Bulliga, looking to beat Razgatlioglu for the first time since Assen. He's going to get him here, close to the finish. Bulliga ahead of Razgatlioglu. We wait for confirmation. 0.03 of a second between them. Super ride from Nicolo Bulliga to come back at Toprak in the second half of the Superpole race and try to extend the life of this championship fight to Jerez next weekend. He doesn't know if he's got it. Razgatlioglu doesn't know if he's got it, but it is Nicolo Bulliga according to our timing screens, and by the merest of margins in the run to the finish as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic from Bulliga to be able to make that move on the run to the line. Through the last corner, you could see just how much corner speed he was carrying through there, able to get himself right onto the rear wheel of Toprak, and then able to drive him to the line.
That's got to be the best ride we've seen from Nicolo Bulliga.
Hands down.
Super performance from Bulliga. Alvaro Bautista up onto the podium as well. 3rd position for him. Locatelli, Petrucci, Alex Lowes less than 1/10 of a second behind Petrucci at the run to the finish, so just couldn't quite get there. 3rd row of the grid will be Vierque, Lecone and Iannone. So Iannone coming from nowhere late on to get that job down. Really good work from him. Nicolo Bulliga, your race winner. Congratulations.
into the top